Hello, my name is Devin Bilsing and I work in Study Abroad and Student Exchange. Today I want to talk to you about funding your study abroad experience. Studying abroad is a fantastic academic and even personal experience, but it's also important that you recognize it's a financial commitment that you are making to study abroad. With that in mind, it's important to have a plan A, a plan B, and even a plan C for paying for your experience. And today we're going to talk about some different options you can include in your planning process. One of the first things to talk about is federal loans. In order to qualify for these, you need to complete a FAFSA. FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This can be completed at this website. Upon completion, you'll qualify for subsidized and unsubsidized loans from the government. A quick note about summer study abroad. You have access to your federal subsidized and unsubsidized loans during fall and spring semester. There is no additional loan money for summer study abroad. But what you can do is use some of the money from fall and spring semester for your summer study abroad experience. There are two other types of loans to consider. First is a Parent Plus loan. Now this is actually a loan that your parents take out and that's in their name, but you can use for paying for your education or study abroad or school here at UA. The other kind is a private educational loan, and this is a loan that you make in your name, but often requires a co-signer in order to get the loan. Next, we're going to talk about grants. Grants are a little different than loans in the fact that you do not have to pay back a grant. So it's good news if you get a grant. There are three types of grants to consider. First, there's a Pell Grant. Now, this is not something that you can apply for, but this is something that you might qualify for based on your FAFSA. So again, it's important to fill out that FAFSA. Second, if you get a university grant to come to the University of Arizona, you may qualify for an extra university grant over the summer to pay for summer study abroad. Third and final, our Study Abroad and Student Exchange office has UA travel grants that are both need and merit-based travel grants, which you can apply for through our office. Next, we want to talk about scholarships. There's a variety of scholarships you can apply for study abroad. The eligibility requirements of these scholarships vary and often depend on your personal demographics and background. You can find a list of these scholarships on our website. Also, you could just Google study abroad scholarships and see what comes up. It's important to note, however, that scholarships will apply and help pay for study abroad. If you receive something called a tuition waiver, it does not count towards your study abroad experience. Okay, so before we listed a few different options of how you can fund your study abroad experience, but now I want to mention how you can get estimates for that experience. If you go to our website and you find the program you are interested in, you'll see a link to a budget sheet. This budget sheet has a breakdown of the estimates for your entire semester abroad. There's going to be two subtotals. There's a billable subtotal and a non-billable subtotal. The billable subtotal is what will appear on your bursar's account. The non-billable subtotal is our best estimate of your expenses for your semester or summer experience abroad. Finally, I want to emphasize the fact that this is a financial commitment. So again, it's important for you to have a plan A, a plan B, maybe even a plan C for funding your study abroad experience. The reason that this is important is because you become liable for the program costs before you even depart for the program. For example, if you're going to study abroad spring semester, your application deadline is October 15th. At November 15th, you become 50% liable for the program cost, and then at December 4th, you become 100% liable for the program cost. So even if you withdraw from the program before you depart, you need to pay those program fees and costs associated with it, which is why it's important to have this financial plan, A, B, and C, even more maybe. So the final quick note about liability for program costs is that loans and grants are really reliable. Scholarships, while awesome and amazing and fantastic if you get them, are not super reliable. There's an application process involved in scholarships. So even though you apply to a scholarship, it's not a 100% guarantee that you will receive that scholarship. So just as an example, if you apply for a program, again for a spring semester, and it's past the application date, and let's say it's the end of November, it's November 30th. So right now you are already 50% liable for the program costs. Maybe at the end of November is when you find out if you got that scholarship that you applied for or that you didn't get that scholarship that you applied for. So if plan A was to pay for your study abroad experience through scholarships and you find out in November that you didn't actually get those scholarships, what's your plan B for paying for the experience so you don't have to withdraw from the program? Hopefully this video provided you with some good information about funding your study abroad experience. And also, I hope it emphasized the fact that you're making a financial commitment and that it's good to have a plan. To help with this process, you may have noticed that there's a worksheet in your study abroad application. It looks very much like this. It's just a blank worksheet. This is something that you as a student can print out and can fill out for your own personal benefit to help plan how you're going to fund for your study abroad experience. And that's all for this video. So if you have more questions, please contact your study abroad coordinator, talk to financial aid on campus, or check out our website.